Welcome back to the Mobile Legends M4 World Championship. We will now determine who will move on to the grand finals of M4, who will be the defending champions to officially create a dynasty, or will be the new challengers along with M2's MVP, Carl Teasy. M2's MVP has made his return to the world stage with 4 M-Series rookies to back him up in his way to getting his second title. Carl Teasy now prioritizes his teammates over stats of being the best jungler since he's been there and would instead want his team to be the best in the world. Standing in his way are the defending champions, BLACKLIST International, but he will make sure that all of their names in his team will echo. Now, M3's MVP is with his entire championship team to establish the first dynasty in professional Mobile Legends. The Filipino sniper takes advantage of each opportunity presented to him to pick up his enemies out in the open. On their way for a final defense of the crown, the current defending world champions, BLACKLIST International.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the desk. It is Jace, Gideon, and Assassin Dave. We will be bringing you the analysts later on throughout, but we're going to open it up first. It is hype in the stadium, and of course, it is none other than Echo going up against BLACKLIST. What is the desk feeling, boys?
Honestly, I can't imagine what the desk might be feeling, but here at the stand, I think we all know that this could be a repeat, or maybe foreshadowing of a potential Grand Finals, Philippines versus Philippines.
Hey, MPLP Season 10, right? Grand Finals, what's going on? This is a repeat. Just give you a sneak peek of what's going to happen next. Just remind everybody what's at stake here, right? The winner gets to go to the Grand Final, and the loser will get to drop to the loser bracket and fight the Grand Final of the loser bracket, and they're going to face Indonesia again, which is going to be really challenging because we saw what happened in the semifinal of the winner bracket.
Yeah, it just boils down to this, right? Technically speaking, this is still like the upper bracket, so not the end of the world, but it could be the end of the world in terms of that brand. Because personally, BLACKLIST International has proven them, were champions in the previous M. Now they got to defend. And looking at their contender, Echo, they're looking quite strong.
They really are. And honestly, let's have a look at the hot topic right now, because the rightful ace could go in many different angles.
Yeah.
And, just like the VO and the Arrival, Carl Teasy, yes, he's supposed to be the best of the best when it comes down to assassins. Same can be said about Kyrie, but the meta has sort of shifted, and now Carl Teasy is putting his team on his back and saying, hey, I'll make you look the best.
Yep. What about BLACKLIST? What do you think about this angle coming out from the rightful ace?
I think BLACKLIST is the foundation of solid game plan, right? They have never really surprised their fan base, or should I say, the entire community who like to watch BLACKLIST with their strategy, but have always been so solid every step along the way. If you want to watch textbook gameplay of how to do Mobile Legends properly, correctly in esports scene, you watch BLACKLIST International, because they're so good, they're so disciplined, and I heard they have the best shot caller in their world.
Of course, All My Venus is their de facto shot caller, but let's take a look at the talents prediction. It should be an equal split, I expect, all across the board. But currently, as of now, BLACKLIST International is still ahead. Sunfrost and ST14 going for the Orcas instead.
I don't know, this is really tough prediction to make, because again, we've seen Echo bring BLACKLIST all the way, very close to the finish line, but BLACKLIST still topping it at the end of the day. So the question will be whether or not this is going to be a repeat of the MPLPH, or are things going to change?
All right, I'm gonna stop you right there, Dave. You're going for the Orcas, right? So what makes you put this in?
Well, it's a really hard choice to begin with, right? Because these two teams are just so head-to-head with each other. But I think Echo is more flexible.
Yeah, and another thing that you also mentioned, that BLACKLIST International, they brought in this, textbook play. They're super solid. You saw them in their game. They literally knows how to deal with junglers, well, assassins that relies on the purple buffs, right?
No, and I want to continue on my point, right? With Echo, they have every single player is a star. You look at Yaoi, the playmaker. It's just that even if you know their strategy, no Blacklist strategy. You can't break the wall. You can't break the Wu-Bei shred. They're so good, and they're so tight together with their rotation. They always play the numbers game. Speaking of numbers game, here we go.
Yep. Oh my goodness, the de facto shot caller from Blacklist. Gideon, what does the number say?
I mean, the numbers immediately tell you the role of Oh My Venus, right? Average assist, going through the roof. Not to mention teamfight participation, but I think one people might underestimate is the hero pool of Oh My Venus. Let's say this gets banned out, I'm fairly certain Oh My Venus has deep pockets as well.
I think like if you're really going to go into the Wu-Bei strategy, of course, you definitely need some backup. Now, Echo supporter right here, Yahweh. What you mentioned that he's the very good
the playmaker, absolutely. Let's take a look at the chart as well. The teamfight participation, all of a sudden, compared to Oh My Venus, dropping about 10%, right? Just to show you the strategy Blacklist is going through. And the reason why I think Echo is going to have an upper edge going against Blacklist is because they go against each other so well, but with Echo, they do have a little bit more flexible rotation and more solid engage with Yaoi's Xiao, but that's easily bannable as well.
Yeah, and okay, we're going to go into the game very, very soon. We're going to go over to the casters very, very soon. I think I've got one big question. We spotted a super fan from the Philippines that's rolling around the stage, and now this time around, it's going to be two Filipino teams going back to each other. And with that said, we're going to be throwing to the casters. So, ladies and gentlemen, take it away.
Yes, here we're ladies and gentlemen, and we're taking it away. Thank you very much to the analysts, and yes, welcome to the final match of today, where both teams heard never say never, but this is a rush game with Gank, a lifestyle fashion brand made for the modern gamer, and is the M4 World Championship official merchandise partner. Grab the M4 merchandise at www.gang.asia today. M4 Pass is available now. Complete all active tasks and you'll reach 75 at ease and for free. Logging now, exclusive rewards like the Beatrix Light Chaser and Stella Brilliant Skin and M4 Beatrix figurine are waiting for you. Hashtag Mobile Legends Bang Bang, hashtag MLBBM4, hashtag Dare to be great. Arashi, Leo, it's nice to be on the desk with you. Leo, how do you feel about this game?
Again, I can't hide the fact that I am happy and proud to be Filipino, but we have to consider the fact that one of these teams will be dropping into the lower bracket by the end of the evening, and they'll be facing the wrath of possibly Aniki Sports or RRQ Hoshi. So with that being said, tonight, I'm just happy to see an MPL Philippines Season 10 Grand Finals rematch.
With that being said, we got to look at the starting lineup where both teams, I feel like for everyone that is a fan of Mobile Legends Bang Bang, let's introduce Echo.
Sanji, Sanford, Benny Cutie, Carl TZ, and Yaoi, the solid squad coming in from Echo. They'll be trying to actually go and do their signature Echo Express playstyle, right? And try and maybe outpace Blacklist, because we saw, again, it's going to be so difficult to measure kind of aggression. But of course, for Blacklist, Haji, Edward, Oheb, Wise, and Oh My Venus, also a very solid squad that has so much experience under their belt.
Yeah, speaking of experience, right? Because the way that they play is amazing. The way that I see Echo play even if the map is